a clean heart.
It's a hair day, y'all.
So that
It's a hair day, y'all. Welcome. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday.
Worship you.
Oh, my bun just crooked. Let me see.
Change me, oh God.
Happy Monday, everybody. Come on
Make
in.
me more
What's crooked?
like you. Change me, oh God.
Come on in, come on in.
Through and through.
Tonight is going to be short.
Just
Come on in.
create in me a clean heart, so that I may worship you. I need you to
Change me.
Hey!
Change me.
Like only you can, Lord.
Change me.
Is anybody out there need the Lord to change?
Come on in, come on in.
Change me. Whatever's not like you, Lord, I want you to
change me.
Do
Oh
it for
Lord,
me,
I be forgetting to change the topic,
I
y'all.
want you to change me.
Change me.
Like only you can, Lord. Change me.
Change me.
Can y'all help me say it? It's easy. I need you to
change.
Oh, come on, say it like you mean it. Change me.
Change me.
Whatever's not like you, Lord, I want you to
change me.
From the inside out, Lord.
Change me.
A little change. I need you to change me.
I forgot to invert. Sing, tell them that. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. I don't know what I'm competing with now on Mondays. Y'all said 8 was too early. I backed it back to 8:30 to accommodate another series of meetings that I have on Monday. And y'all still late to church. Y'all still late to the living room, the healing room. But I'm going to go ahead and teach what I have to teach because I got my Chick-fil-A salad coming. Tonight's talk is going to truly be short because I don't really have a lesson. It's more of a proposition, if you will. It's almost a challenge or an invitation, if you will. One of the things that I'm discovering on this journey of healing, and one of the things that I often work with my private clients on is, how you doing, Karam? One of the things that I work with my private clients on is navigating change. And basically, change is the unknown. Because change is not the same thing as transformation. Change is a triangle that looks like this. And then if you turn it, it looks a different way. And then if you turn it a different way, but it stays a triangle. Transformation is when a triangle becomes a rectangle because it has another line, and a rectangle then begins an octagon, and an octagon becomes a circle. That's transformation. So change in the context of healing is really about the unknown. That's really what it is. And for many of us, the unknown scares us. it gives us an uneasy feeling. That's where worry and doubt and fear and all of those things live, which are not the same thing as guilt and shame. That's rooted in the trauma. The guilt, the shame, the anger, the emotions are rooted in whatever the trauma is. But the unknown, not knowing what's next, is really where we can get stuck in the healing process. It's really where we can get stuck in the healing process because you don't know. And if you're someone like me that is so accustomed to controlling everything, I have had 2, 3 jobs, multiple streams of income for as long as I can remember. Thank you. Thank you. You can leave it. That's my food that I told you at the beginning. But I'm so used to strategizing my life and taking care of kids and managing all of this stuff. So the fear of the unknown is where it really comes in. It's not really the change. It's what's on the other side of the change that you can't see. It's what you don't know on around the corner. Let me give you 3 concrete examples, and then I'm going to let you go. The first example is relationship change. On the other side of whatever is the issue, is the relationship going to be the same? Is it going to feel the same? Is it going to give me the same output? I don't know what the change is going to be. So oftentimes, because we're afraid of the change, what do? We be quiet. We walk on eggshells. We don't speak our truth. And then we just make the issues worse because we are afraid to speak up. Because if we speak up, the relationship has to change, and we don't know what's on the other side of change. It's kind of like we say, I know the crazy that I have, so I'll just choose the crazy that I have because I don't know what I'm going into. That is a fear response. It's really a trauma response. It's rooted in fear and really rooted in this unworthiness, because if you knew your worth, you wouldn't stay in a relationship where you had to walk on eggshells. Let's take the second example. Let's talk about a job. Now, in these Trump economies, you're going to have a job or some kind of income or something, because you won't survive. You really will not survive. That's why my little job that God gave me, I be so happy. I go to work happy every day. God, I'm grateful. Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you. Because in these turbulent times, you need a job. So let's just say you're changing jobs. You don't know what's on the other side of that change. You don't know. You may be getting more money, but the environment, you don't know what the work environment is. You may have a great working environment. You may have to take a pay cut. Coming off of a layoff is very different because, you know, when that unemployment check is a joke. I'm going to just tell you that right now. I just would laugh at it. And so when you come back into the work market, you have to think about things different, and you have to take a leap and then trust God for the rest. Third example, we did relationships, we did work. Let's talk about internal changes. Let's talk about internal changes. Many times people won't go to therapy, and people won't entertain or invest in the tools that didn't give them the best self because they're afraid of who they'll become. Let me unpack it. When you have become a version of yourself that pleases everybody in your life, to become someone different would disrupt that which you have created, would it not? So in both theory and practice, if you change, evolve, become a different version of yourself, then everything that you've built on this version of you can get disrupted. In some cases, it can be dismantled. And so again, it's really the fear of not knowing what the domino effects are of the change. Whether we're changing internally, whether we're changing a job, whether we're changing dynamics in relationships, where we're changing dynamics in community, change is not about the work per se. It's about the fear of the unknown. Somebody type the fear of the unknown. That's the issue we have with change. Because if we didn't have a fear of the unknown, then change would happen. We would be change agents. We wouldn't push back. You know, when they want to change the rules and you're like, wait a minute. I'm comfortable doing it this way. And here you want to change it. So whether you are proposing change or whether you're having to receive change, it is a fear of what happens on the other side of said change. And so, hey, Lysandra. And so that's really what I want to challenge you with today. And today's going to be short because I'm almost done. When you think about change, I want you to think about, where have I been resistant to change in my life? And why have I been so resistant? I guarantee you 99.9% of the time, it is because of the fear of the unknown. And if you go back and listen to how I've identified it, it's not just the unknown, but it's the dismantling of what you've already built. Many people say in relationships that they shouldn't be in. It's not about deserve or not deserve. It's about mirroring. You're in relationships that don't mirror who you are. And you stay in those relationships because the mirror that relationship is the mirror with your trauma in it. It's the mirror with your unprocessed forgiveness. It's the mirror with your unprocessed pain. And so to then remove the pain from the mirror, to remove to go ahead and live in forgiveness and walk in love, to remove the trauma, to go ahead and heal the trauma. Now we have a clean mirror. We don't have the debris of all of the trauma. Once we clean the mirror, then the image looking back at us has to be what? It's a different image. It's a clean image. It's a trauma-free image. It's an image in love. It's an image that doesn't have unprocessed pain attached to it. That is the image that we are afraid of. That is the unknown that we are afraid of. Because remember, we built the life on the mirror that's cloudy. We built the life on the trauma and the drama. And so when you're asking for yourself to change, and when you're asking for people to change, and when you're asking for situations to change, whether it be through prayer or through therapy or whatever it is you seek, what you're actually asking is, God, remove the debris so that I can see the clarity in the mirror that is there. Oh God, so I can see who I truly am without the pain of what happened to me when I was 5, without the pain of the rejection of the relationship, without the pain of the rejection of the job and having to live through, rough financial periods, without the rejection of my parents, if that's your story, without the rejection of my sorority or my fraternity, if that's your story. God, show me what the mirror looks like with all of that unprocessed pain removed. That's the mirror that I sit here every week and try to get you to clean off so that you can see, because that mirror is the true representation of you. That mirror is the you that's made in the likeness of God himself. That's the mirror we're trying to get to. That's the mirror. That's this mirror. This is a mirror. You see the back of my head? See the back of my head? It's my mirror. It's in my healing room because I do mirror work all the time. So my challenge for you this week is, I want you to think about what you've asked God for, what you've asked to be handled in therapy. If you're going therapy, what are you asking for? Because when you say, change me, oh God, make me more like you, what you're telling God is, make me realize and take me back to the image that you created me for, the image that you created me from. Sorry. And so if he changes, and if he gives you the tools to change, that means that you have to release the unhealed pain. You've got to heal the trauma. You've got to forgive the person. You've got to move to the new job. You've got to get a new relationship. You've got to move to the new house. You've got to do some things different. And you've got to actually embrace the unknown. So before you get on your knees, before you get into your prayer posture and ask God for one more thing, I want you to assess where in your life you have resisted change because of the fear of the unknown. I really want you to do that. And then do some homework around it. Do some journaling around it. It's okay to ask God, but ask him from a sincere place. Ask your therapist to help you from a sincere place. Ask based on what it is you truly want, not this imagined existence, but based on the truth that you actually seek. And I promise you, the work won't be that hard. You'll be able to embrace the change. Many times It's not that we don't have the skill. It's not that we don't have the mindset. It's not that we don't have all of the support in the world. You know what you lack? Belief. As a man thinketh, so is he. So the change that you seek, the transformation that you're working so hard for, the reason why you don't see it is two reasons: fear of the unknown, and you don't believe the image that's reflecting back to you once you're healed. You can't see that image because all you can see is the rose colored glasses. All you can see is the debris from the pain. And so when you're asking God, change me, when you're asking your therapist, help me to heal this, when you're sitting over here, you're listening to me, what you're actually asking is, God, help me be okay with the unknown that's attached to my next season. Somebody type that in. God, help me be okay with the unknown that is attached to my next season. God, help me be okay with the unknown that is attached to my healing, with the unknown that is attached to my growth, the unknown that is attached to my evolution, the unknown that is attached to the clean version of the mirror, because that is really what you're asking. It's not about changing. It's really about embracing the unknown. And that's where you find God. Remember, I keep telling you, I don't know this evil and this darkness that my family is traversing through, but I do know God. Yay! The Lord is my light and my salvation. The Lord is my light and my salvation. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Just wait on the Lord and be of good courage. Oh, Lord. I just felt the spirit of Jesse Mayberry on me. Wait on the Lord. That woman could direct that song. And be of good courage. Wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he will strengthen thine heart. Thank you, Jesus. Woo! And then we just move on over to in the time of trouble. He shall hide me. Oh, in the time of trouble, he shall hide me. In the time of trouble. Y'all gonna make me shout. Y'all not going to get me this week. Y'all got me 2 weeks ago, but you're not going to get me today. You're not going to get me today. So listen. Ask God. I want you to go back and I want you to do an inventory of the change that you've resisted. Where have you resisted change in relationships? Where have you resisted change in your money? Where have you resisted change in your health and your wellness? And where have you resisted change in your creative expression, which is how you show up in the world? And if you get stuck with, I don't understand what she's saying about resistance, where do you walk on eggshells? Where do you not let your light shine like the Bible says? Let your light so shine so that men may see the God in you. Where are those areas where you're dimming your light to satisfy someone else? Where are those areas where you're not being your full, transparent, authentic, abundant, beautiful, bright self? If you can identify those areas where you are misaligned, then those are the areas that you struggle and you resist change. Because to walk away from relationships that don't align with you, that takes courage. And you got to have belief, and you've got to see that thing. You got to see. And if you can't see, you got to trust God in the unknown. To walk away from a job, or to come out of a job, or to lose a job and still have all of your needs met, you got to trust the source for that. That's an unknown. Come on, somebody. And even if you have the luxury to move careers or to do something different, don't let the fear of what that would look like stop you from pursuing. What would have happened if Joshua would not have said, and we're going to take the land? I'm not waiting a year. We done been walking for 40 years. I'm done. We're fixing to go take Canaan, and that's the end of it. Joshua said the people, just go before us. You ain't got to come back and tell me nothing because I'm right behind you. Huh? Come on, somebody. You got to see it. But what I want you to stop asking is, change me, oh God, change me, oh God. But you don't want to trust him in the unknown. So just understand, if you're seeking the change and the transformation, a huge part of that is being okay with the unknown. That's all I've got for you today. I got to go get my food outside. But we're going to finish listening to Tamla Mann's Change. Share this with 5 people who need to hear this very short message about the power of change and really about the power of embracing the unknown, which lives on the other side of change. It's not that you don't want to change. It's not that you don't want to heal. It's not that you don't want to be the best version of yourself. It is what happens when I become her, when I become him, when I become them. Because all of these relationships that I've built on this previous version of myself might not survive. The job, I might not be aligned with this career anymore. Then what I'm gonna do? Because once you heal, you can't live out of alignment. Somebody type that. Once you are truly healed and you truly living your purpose and your God-filled self, you cannot live out of alignment. You cannot. You won't be able to sleep at night. If you've become the evolved version of yourself, you can't then go sleep in the gutter. Oh, they don't want to hear this kind of teaching. You can't go back to your vomit once you've evolved into the highest version of yourself for everybody. The God version of you, the clean version of the mirror, remember? The version that's healed, the version that walks in forgiveness, the version that doesn't hold resentment against people for past offenses. Once you've become her, you can't then go back to the vomit of the old version of yourself. So that means everything that you've built under the old you've got to deal with and you've got to change because you're a new creature. You're healed. You're abundant. You're living authentically. And now you've got to look at everything in your life and check the alignment. And a lot of the times while we won't fully commit, hey, Joseph, that's right. You can't live out of alignment. One of the reasons why we don't fully commit is because we are afraid of how it's going to affect people, places, and things that we hold dear. That we hold dear. We worried about how other people are going to think and what they're going to think and how we're going to have to move. And my question to you is, what's more important? The evolved version of you or this cloudy, unhealed version of you that everybody else is comfortable with? And I'm not just talking to you guys. I'm talking to myself. I'm having to evaluate some connections right now that I hold near and dear to my heart. But when I stand back and I see the evolved version of myself, I can see her very clearly. I know what I'm doing. And I know the reach that I have. Some of those connections can't come with me. And part of the reason why I haven't gotten to her is because I'm holding on. I keep telling you, stop following people that won't teach you and won't take you through their own process. I'm not sitting on this floor because I'm bored. I'm sitting on this floor because I'm obedient to God. And I'm telling you how I'm walking through the healing. It's not coming out of no book. I'm telling you right now, as things are happening in my life, I'm teaching you how to, number one, not make the same mistakes I make. Learn from me, listen to me. But I'm teaching you these nuggets that will help you change your life and heal your life. Yes. So I should say they get what I have to give. Y'all pray for my friend. So we praying for her. We praying for her. We pray for her. That's actually a good perspective to have. But when you really love people, you give more. And you then start thinking about all of the investments that you made. And then you're looking at your investments and you like, I know you lying, God. I know you lying. You want me to just walk away? I've invested 10 years here. I've invested 12 years here. I've invested 5 years here. I've invested 20, 30, 40 years here. And you just want me to pack up? And no, I'm not talking about divorce. I'm talking about when the seasons change because you've changed. And you sit back and you're healed in certain areas. And all of that unprocessed pain, you've built a life on this unhealed version of yourself. And now you're walking in healing and nothing fits. No one fits. The job don't fit. Nothing don't fit. You then have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, now, girl, what we going to do? And then you're going to come back to this lesson. And what you're going to do is you're going to start praying for God to change you because he's already doing that by healing you. And you're going to start asking God, make me okay with the unknown. Teach me to trust you in the unknown. Oh God, teach me how to live in forgiveness, how to stay in prosperity, how to stay on purpose, and help me navigate by making smart decisions and smart connections, kingdom connections in this next season or in the season of the unknown. That's really your prayer. Your prayer is not to change, because by listening to me every Monday, you're already changing. It's impossible for you to sit and listen to me and I don't at least prick something in your psyche. That's my design. I'm designed to be a disruptor. So if you listen to me for any few minutes, you're either going to get a confirmation or you're going to get something that's going to irritate your soul, and you're going to have to go do some work behind it. I know very clearly why I'm sitting here. So God is already changing you because you're listening. What you need prayer for and what you need solution for is how to move in the unknown. Well, that's my time. It's 8:55. Let me go get my Chick-fil-A and hope ain't no ants in my food at the door. So I love you. See you next week, 8:30. Be on time for church. 8:30, not 8:40. Put it on your calendar. Love you. The power of change and the power of the unknown. It's in the unknown where you'll figure out that you've had what it takes all along. And it's in the unknown that you're going to find out exactly who and what God is to you in your journey. Love you so much. Have a good night.
I need you to save me.
Good night. Send this to 5 people. Oh, my bum is cool. I'm missing a soprano. This my kind of stuff.
Wonderful change. Y'all remember this?
Has come. Good night, y'all. Go get my food.